Esther Andujar, and welcome to the third blog of March of me writing Millie's book. So today is Monday, March 8th. Again, I skip any recordings for yesterday. I didn't recorded absolutely nothing for yesterday. And actually I barely wrote over 100 words yesterday. A mixture was I was still dealing with a little bit of ache in my wrist. The other is I'm notoriously bad of writing on Sundays. Like for the longest time, Sundays have been kind of like ingrained in me that they're like kind of like the relaxing day, the day that you pretty much do nothing but laze around, and that's what I did. I didn't do anything really productive. Like let me tell you, you probably, if you're following me on Instagram, you already saw my update, but I wrote 173 words. That's how much I wrote. And it's fine. I started at the bait scene, and I left it kind of like in a good moment that I can just like jump in and keep on writing. Am I behind on the workout? Yes, I am. By Saturday I should have been at 15,476 words, and I was a little bit over 13,000. So what, I'm like 2,500 words behind or so, give it or take. It's not horribly bad. Technically, just a day behind. I may be behind on my workout, but I'm just roughly 4 scenes away from Act 2, and that is awesome. That is really, really, really good to be able to almost finish Act 1. It will be really great if by either Wednesday or Thursday I finish Act 1, because then that will leave me at least a week and a half, or maybe almost 2 weeks, to kind of like plow through the middle to Act 2, and then I can just rushing into Act 3. And I'm not saying like rushing as to like write it really badly or anything like that. I mean, this is a 0 first draft. It's not gonna be real good, but I have a lot of scenes for Act 2, because that's the biggest part of the book. So I will need the most days possible. So yeah, right now I have just a few debate scenes and then the break into 2 scene. So then we can get into the B story that's kind of like put us on like solidly on Act 2. And then I have a lot of scenes to write. A lot of fun and games, and a lot of the bad guys close in scenes. I most likely, the next time we see each other is for a workout update. Yes, so I will see you in the next clip. Have I wrote anything after the clip? Nope. Well, that's not true. I've wrote a few a couple of words, but nothing really significant nor substantial. So this is the reason, and it's gonna sound like an excuse, and low-key it is. I've been trying to fix my sleeping schedule on and off for days. And I tried yesterday again. Usually what I do is I take some melatonin, but the problem is the nights that I take melatonin, the day that I wake up, I'm perpetually sleepy. Like it gets me to sleep around the time that I'm trying to get to bed, but when I'm able to wake up, which is not an early time, so it doesn't fix it that much, I spend most of the day very, very, very sleepy and groggy. So today I tried that last night, and I messed it up again. I fell asleep. I took a nap. I think it was like an hour and a half nap. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember the last time that I look at the clock before falling asleep. So since I'm awake, I don't feel like I'm sleepy or anything like that. So we're just gonna ride it until I start to get sleepy. And the moment I start to get sleepy, I'm either gonna take one of my vegan energized powders, or I will do a caffeinated tea. We're trying the other way, which is usually the hardest way to kind of like reset your sleeping schedule. We're gonna stay up as much as we can, and we're not gonna fall asleep until we can't keep our eyes open. So all of that time is gonna be writing time for the most part. I don't know if I'm gonna count those words for today or for tomorrow, because it's just 15 minutes away from 12 a.m. right now. So I don't know. Sorry. That's the train. So whichever I decide to do, if I get like a really, really high workout, then I'll just divide it. Or I may just keep today as a 0 day, or just the, I don't know, 10-15 words that I have written so far as the workout, and then whatever workout I get throughout the night and early morning. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We will see. Right now, I'm just gonna say that I'll see you in the next clip. So what day is it? Thursday, March 9. Actually sitting down on my dining table. That's what you see. Some of the TV and some of my K-pop shelf that is on the living room. Did I write a lot yesterday? No, I didn't. I think I wrote a thing when I added all up for my Instagram update. I think it was like 215 words, something between that. And I said I wasn't sleepy, but I guess I was, because I was like pretty much head lowly for some moments, and I will like slip a little bit, and then I will wake up. Like, when I'm telling you my sleeping schedule is jacked up, it is seriously jacked up. And I'm trying to figure out how to fix it before I finally get a job and then have to work a full day with just like 30 minutes of sleep. So I already did that, and that is horrible. It is horrible. Anyways, I've been writing. Well, I wrote for like a little bit of like 30 minutes or so, I think. While I was watching some YouTube videos on my phone. And then I will like take breaks to do some washing the dishes and some additional chores that I need to do around. So currently I have 326 words, and I'm very close to pass the 14K mark in my manuscript. Character wise, so mainly right now it comes down to feeling very, very confused, and trying to piece as much as she can, or as much as her parents let her to piece together. Because her parents are not gonna tell her everything that she wants to know, for reasons that I'm not gonna share here. But it does come later on the book, the reasons why they are not telling her everything. But yeah, I already had something to eat. Right now I'm drinking a natural base energy booster. I already tried it once, and it really did perk me up. Gave me a little bit of energy, and I didn't crash or anything like that, so that was good. Doing it again. And we'll see how much I'm gonna write. I'm probably gonna stay in my dining table for a long while. I just, for some reason, I stopped being able to feel very productive on my desk, and I'm tired to be on my bed, to write on my bed. So yeah, hopefully I'll come back here when I have another workout update. I'll see you guys on the next clip. Okay, so a little update, and I hope you can hear me, because it's 1:04 a.m. on, which day is it? Wednesday, March the 10th. But again, as is custom here, because I'm a writer, the words that I'm writing count for Tuesday. So yeah, so the reason that I'm like whispering and there's barely any lights in my face is I'm still on the dining table, and what you see is kind of like part of the living room, and I think that's my bedroom door. I've been writing on and off. I'm writing kind of like the sprints and around what time it took me. So right now I have an hour and 45 minutes of unfocused work in sprints. And I have a total of 1,967 words. And I already passed the 15K mark for the manuscript. Right now I'm going to write the last debate scene. The last debate scene, and then I should be getting into the break into two. After that, it puts me solid on Act 2. I don't know if I'm gonna write it all today. And I just realized that it is March the 10th, and I think that means today, like at 5 a.m. or something, is WayV's showcase. If you know nothing about K-pop and SM artists, Korean artists, you probably don't know what the heck I'm talking, and that is okay. You can skip. I'm not gonna say much. It's just like, I think I have to check again because it's Korean Standard Time, most of those, and I have to always check if I'm converting correctly. But I think the showcase is at 5 a.m. because if I remember correctly, the MB releases at 6 a.m., which usually is like 6 or 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay awake to see that, because I'm staying awake to write. Or maybe I'm just gonna stay writing until the showcase starts. I don't know. I don't know. But I need to write, and I really, really want to see the showcase. I want to see what this new song sounds like. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go back to writing, and most likely the next update is gonna be tomorrow when there's daylight and I don't have to whisper. I'll see you guys on the next clip. Hello, it's Wednesday, March the 10th. Clearly there's no daylight. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, and I have written 0 words. Honestly, I'm sitting down right now to start writing. Honestly, I'm not feeling well. I'm a little nauseous, but it is what it is. And I have a little headache. It might be that I have all of my hair up in a bun, and I think it's kind of like it's pretty tight, I think. So I'm gonna have to loosen that and see if releases the pressure that I'm feeling in my head. But yeah, as you saw yesterday, which was today, very early in the morning, I wrote over 3,000 words, and it's fantastic. I'm not close to my impose word count. But I just one debate scene and the break into two scene away from getting into Act 2, which is awesome. To be like in the second week of March and getting into the second act like in the next few days, either after today's writing or tomorrow, some between those days. Most likely we will be on Act 2 by Friday, which is great. Really don't have anything else to update you besides I look like crap, I feel like crap, but we are gonna keep going on. That's what we do in this house. We keep going on. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next clip. Hi. Is 12:17 a.m. So it means that it is Thursday the 11th. Is that correct? Check. Yeah. So I haven't written that many words for a few reasons. So when I open my Google Docs with my manuscript and went to the chapter and what was written last, I realized I wrote all of my debate scenes. There was no debate scene for me to draft today. What I just needed to draft was the break into two, which what I originally plotted as a break into two needed to change, because while you draft, and this is why I like plotting, but I'm not like super strict following it. Some of the previous scenes, like some of the things in the setup scenes, the way that the catalyst develop, and some of the debate scenes make the break into two that I plotted not work anymore. So I had to kind of like look at what I have written and be like, okay, what will actually be the break into two? And I wrote kind of like a scene, like I wrote what could be a break into two. And this book is written in Millie's perspective, point of view. So there is a phone conversation between her mom and her grandma that Millie only hears her mom's words. She hears just her mom's side of the conversation. She doesn't hear her grandma's. But I needed to write the entire conversation. The entire conversation is not in the manuscript, and this is why I give like daily word count updates and not necessarily like what as a total I have each day, and why I not super specific with my manuscript word count, because what I right in my handy dandy tracker is words that I've written now. Some of those words, as you have seen on previous vlogs, and like you're seeing now, don't end up in the manuscript. So the words that I count here, that track here, are not necessarily, it's not exactly the amount of words that my manuscript has. It's general. Like right now, the difference is, I think, something around 100 words. It's not a huge difference. But for example, this scene that I wrote, that I hand wrote, actually I wasn't feeling that well, so I just took the same notebook that I've been using, like, to plotting and brainstorming and doing like character profiles and world background and character background. Everything is in this notebook. So I pretty much break into two, handwrite, and I type it down except the grammar side of the conversation. So her side was 79 words. It was somewhat of a short conversation. So those 79 words do count in this tracker, but they're not in my manuscript total. So that's why I do like daily workouts and very rarely give specifics on the entire workout so far. So right now, after counting those 79 words and the actual words that ended on the manuscript, I have written roughly, I will say 20-25 minutes, because I was like watching some YouTube videos and most of them were between 10 to 12 minutes each, and I think I saw 3 or 4, I don't remember. So I think roughly between 20 to 25 minutes I hand wrote 730 words. That only 651 in the manuscript, but I'm counting those 69 words that I wrote. They're just not gonna be in the manuscript. I do need to write a little bit more for this scene, so I need to kind of like write that down so I can get into the B story, which I'm really looking forward to write it, because it's gonna be on another character's point of view. This character's not gonna have that many scenes. It's still gonna be a mainly Millie centric book, but yeah, he is quite important in the general arc of this story. We will be able to see some things that we're not gonna be able to see if this book was entirely Millie's point of view. So yeah, that's my update. We'll see you on the next clip. Hi, it's has it been a while since I have been able to do a clip with daylight? It's March. It's Thursday, March the 11th. And what I updated you as a word count, the 730 words. Yeah, those are the words that I wrote yesterday. Reason why I reached that end of that conversation, and obviously in Millie's perspective, and knowing that I'm going to act 2 and she has to go there, like actively go there, I had to stop and think, okay, what needs to happen for Millie actively going into act 2? And one of the things that I needed to do, I needed to go to my outline for act 2 and see where I was going. And I realized what kind of conversation has to happen between Millie and her parents for her to fully walk into that new world. Because now she has some information. She has been exposed to some of the things her parents were hiding from her. A complete world she didn't know existed and didn't know her parents were part of it, or are part of it. And now that she has been exposed, this conversation needs to happen, and this is something that it's gonna be part of her journey, because she has there's a trait in her personality that it's good, but when you cannot control it, when you're not aware of it and don't know how to stop, can cause a lot of trouble. And that's gonna be her story arc, her character arc. And that this is solidly, I feel, the way that it's gonna start. And I had to keep in mind the way I'm constructing my act 2. Like act 2 can be a rising action, and then the midpoint goes all the, like it falls down, is a defeat. Or it can be reverse, it can be all falling down and then there's a false victory. So I needed to look at what was the trajectory that I wanted to build for my act 2 to know how my break into 2 had to end. So I'm gonna go in a little bit because I'm watching something and I'm still kind of like thinking through this part of the scene. And then once I sit down to write, I probably will give you guys an update. If I can write this pretty quickly, I'm gonna write the B story scene because I'm excited for that scene. I'm really looking forward to that scene. It is with one of my favorite characters that I haven't been able to really write much about, because again, it's most right now only been writing in Millie's point of view, and she hasn't really interact with him. So yeah, we will see. We will see what happens. But I'm hopeful that I'm gonna get a little bit over 1,000 words. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next clip.